All right, today we're talking about something that's part smart business, part doing the right thing, and honestly, a massive opportunity that might be flying completely under your radar. We're calling it the digital door, and we're going to explore why web accessibility isn't just a feature, it's your next big win. So think about your website. You've poured time, money, probably a lot of love into it, right? But here's a question I want you to really consider. Is that digital front door of yours actually open for business? For everyone? Or are there invisible barriers keeping a whole lot of potential customers out? Let's start by looking at who we're actually talking about here. There's this massive, loyal audience out there that's ready to spend money and engage with you. But in many cases, they simply can't. This is what we call the hidden audience. Just look at this number for a second. 20%. Let that sink in. Based on data from the Israeli Internet Association, that's 1 out of every 5 people in the country living with some form of disability. We're not talking about some tiny niche group here. This is a huge slice of the market that needs accessible websites to even use them properly. And this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? You pour all this passion and effort into your site, into your content, but for a huge chunk of the population, it's like it doesn't even exist. It's kind of like building a beautiful shop, but completely forgetting to put in a ramp or even a door handle. So this isn't just about missing out on customers, which is already a big deal. Nope. Choosing to ignore accessibility comes with some very real and, let me tell you, very expensive risks. This is the true cost of doing nothing. You know, in Israel, this isn't just a friendly suggestion. It is the law. The Equal Rights for Persons with Disabilities law has really clear standards for web accessibility. If you don't meet them, you're putting your business in a seriously risky spot, legally speaking. And the penalties, wow, they are not small. We are talking about a potential fine of up to 50,000 shekels. And get this, that can be for each single violation. That's not even counting the mountain of legal fees you'd have to pay to defend yourself. So when you lay it all out like this, the choice becomes, well, it's pretty clear, isn't it? On one hand, you've got the risk of these massive fines, the damage to your reputation, and all those customers you're losing. And on the other hand, a simple, low annual fee for a solution that takes care of it. The math really speaks for itself. Okay, so what is this alternative? How can you actually solve this pretty complicated problem without spending a fortune or months of development time? Well, that brings us to the hero of our story, the automated solution, the accessibility plugin. So what the heck is an accessibility plugin? It sounds technical, but it's actually super simple. It's just a little snippet of code you add to your website. But its impact? It's huge. The second it's installed, it creates this flexible interface that lets any user instantly customize their browsing experience to fit exactly what they need. And this chart really shows you the financial power of this approach. Trying to build a fully accessible site from the ground up, the old-fashioned way, is a long and very expensive project. A plugin, on the other hand, can slash those costs by up to 70%. It's just a much faster, much more cost-effective solution. Okay, so it's fast, it's affordable, but how does this thing actually work? Is it magic? Well, kinda, but it's really about a clever 2-part system working behind the scenes to make it all happen. First up, you've got the user interface layer. This is the part your visitor actually sees and interacts with. A simple menu that lets them do things like change fonts, pump up the contrast, or even stop those flashy animations. But then there's the second part, and this is where the real power is, the AI backend. This AI is constantly scanning your site's code, hunting for accessibility problems and fixing them automatically in real time. Here's a perfect example of what that means. Let's say you upload a photo but forget to add a description for it. That's called alt text. The AI can actually analyze the image, figure out what's in it, and write that description for you automatically. It's a total game changer for users who rely on screen readers. Which brings us to the big payoff. Because doing this isn't a cost, it's an investment. And it's an investment with a fantastic return. We like to call it the triple win ROI. So that return on investment comes in 3 amazing flavors. First, you get the customer win. You immediately open your doors to that 20% of the market we talked about.
Second, the marketing win. You get a serious boost in your SEO because Google loves accessible websites. And third, the legal win. You get that peace of mind, that shield against those crazy expensive lawsuits. And that SEO boost, that's not just some theory. Check out this chart. The data shows that when you implement an accessibility plugin, you can see your organic click-through rate from search engines jump by an average of 12%. That's more traffic, more leads, more sales, all just for making your site better for everybody. And this isn't some futuristic tech. It's already making a huge impact right here in Israel. The solution from a brand called PURPLELENS, for example, is already being used on over 500 local websites, including some government projects. That tells you the technology is solid, it's proven, and it works. So we end right back where we started. Your website is your digital storefront. It has a front door. And the only question left is, are you going to keep leaving it locked for 1 in every 5 people who wants to come inside? The choice to unlock it isn't just good for people. It's one of the smartest business decisions you can make today.